I'm Clay Newman. This is the Zoo Review. Today we'll be getting into one of the most famous animals in the kingdom, the giant panda, or as Trump calls it, the China bear. These are big, clumsy doofuses. They do a little playing, a little climbing, mostly eating and napping, all of which they do fairly adorably. The notorious PFT once talked about how mankind has always wanted to pet a bear, and I believe he is right. The panda is about as close as you're gonna get as far as that goes. The cubs are cute, the newborns, not so much. They only weigh about 5 ounces at birth, which is the biggest difference between mother and baby in the animal kingdom. They are gross little creatures, basically look like a gummy bear full of lunch meat. And I get why people think they're cute, but when they're sitting down, to me, they look like a human in a panda costume, and that is upsetting. So, pandas for adorableness, you get 16 points. An adult male could be over 300 pounds, and they are technically bears. So, while they waste their sharp teeth and powerful jaws on bamboo, they do still have them. They can be aggressive, though they mostly only fight each other when it's mating time, and even though they are surrounded by humans in captivity, it seems like the most they ever do is take a chomp out of a leg every once in a while. They are big animals, but I don't really think they're all that badass. In this category, they get a 8. Giant pandas aren't full-on Jack Black stupid, but they are pretty dumb. They do have a wide range of emotions and a very complex and adorable series of calls in which to represent those emotions. They're the only animals that I know of that watch porn. Yes, panda porn is real. No, they have not responded to my emails asking how to audition, and it's good that they respond to panda porn because the females are only able to breed 2 days out of the year. And look, lady pandas, I get it. I wouldn't fuck a panda either. But your species is on the line, lady pandas. You gotta work with the cause here. For intelligence, the giant panda gets a score of 11. Hundreds of thousands of years ago, the pandas were carnivores, but over time, they eventually evolved and became the animal equivalent of a vegetarian that exclusively eats Doritos. Bamboo is very high in fiber, very low in protein. They need to eat upwards of 20 pounds a day just to survive, and that means they have to take over 100 poops a day. They even poop while they're napping, which is pretty gross. Their classic black and white pattern is due to the fact that they cannot molt their fur fast enough to adjust to the seasons. So it's thought that the white pattern is a compromise for when it's snowy, and the black pattern is a compromise for when it's summertime and they have to hide amongst the rocks. Their diet is horrible, their fur never fully matches their surroundings, and we're all well aware of their breeding problems. Honestly, if Charles Darwin was alive today, he would beat every giant panda to death with a stick. For special skills, the giant panda gets a 3. The giant panda is technically off the endangered list, but they are still incredibly vulnerable. They've only got a population of about 2,000 in the wild. And while that number is much better than recent decades, it's still pretty sad considering they used to roam across the entirety of Southeast Asia, and now they're only found in southern China. More money goes into panda conservation than any other animal out there. They are a multi-million-dollar a year industry. If your zoo wants a panda, your zoo has to rent that panda from China. And if that panda has cubs, those aren't your cubs, those are China's cubs. They get sent right back to the motherland. Pandas, despite the loss of habitat, despite poachers, and despite generally seeming like they don't want to be alive, they make way too much money for China to ever truly go extinct. You know how communism works. So, pandas, you get a score of 6 for will they make it. The results are in, and the only thing to say is, fuck you, giant panda. You're not that special. You got a final score of 44 points, which is good enough for second to last. Oh, reticulated giraffe. I know you were watching that thinking, maybe I got a chance of not being last place anymore. Sorry, buddy. You're still the biggest piece of shit on the Zoo Review. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please keep sending me those videos. Hit me up at Instagram at clay.newman. Thank you again. You have a lovely rest of your day. Goodbye.